Okay. Uh, so, haben Sie guten Tag. Have a good day. Today we are going to see some of very important points like the prepositions, and we have already seen some of the forms like nominative, accusative, dative, and genitive form, right? For articles as well as for the personal pronoun. So let's see how it is applicable for the prepositions. So whenever there are two things, the first thing is that we also know whenever we are taking accusative form. Accusative form is what? When there is some action. Now let's say if I'm giving a pen to you. So I am giving a pen. So what I'm doing, I am giving. So that is I am doing some action. What I'm giving, I am giving a pen. So that pen or that object, I have to put it in accusative form, right? So pen is what? Pen means fuller. Fuller means the pen. And what is the gender of fuller? Der fuller, the pen, right? So how can I make a sentence? Geben. I will share first of all the screen so that the idea will get clear to you. Okay, Isha, can you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, so let's say I want to say, right, I'm giving a pen. So very simple sentence. Now I know I means ish, right? And for giving, that means give, a verb. Give means geben. Give means geben. So once I will say geben, I can make it in this form. So ish gebe, ish gebe. So what I have done, I have conjugate the verb. It's okay. Now, as I told you just now, what is the meaning of pen? Fuller, right? So F U umlauta, U umlaut. So fuller. So I know the gender, that is der Fuller. Fuller is in masculine form, right? And in indefinite article, I can say ein Fuller, ein Fuller. Here, what I'm doing, I am giving a pen, so I am doing some action. So that's why here before fuller, the article I have to put it in accusative form. So I know the accusative of there is den. So I will write I is gave den fuller, or is gave einen fuller. I am giving a pen. Here I am giving the pen. Generally I will not put the, but I will put a, because I will use indefinite article, because I'm giving only one pen. So that's why indefinite article I can put it. But that indefinite article I have to put it in accusative form. Accusative form is very very important. This is in accusative form, right? I cannot say ich gebe ein Fuller, right? I know there means ein, that is fine, but this is in nominative form. लेकिन nominative form डालना है क्या? नहीं. I have to put it in accusative. Why? Because I am doing some action. So my rule, thumb rule, is what? Action, dative, and position dative. Right? When there is some position, if I'm saying a pen is on the table, the pen is on the table means the pen has got fixed position. So on the table, the table means whatever the word is there, whatever noun is there, but before that, the table means that article I have to put it in dative form. Why? Because that pen has got a position, right? So this is how I will use action accusative position dative, right? So for a sake, let me first recover some of the again the articles. So if I put articles, definite article, definite article means there did us, right? So if I write masculine, feminine, neutral, and plural form, right? And here I will write nominative form, accusative form, dative form, and genitive form. These are some of the forms. Nominative, nominative, accusative. So just let me recover. We have already covered this, but let's say there, then, them, dash s, then d, d, there, then the neutral form dash, them, dash s, and plural form is d, there, then n, right? So these are some of the forms, right? So up to for A1 certification we have got the forms up to dative form, but genitive is obviously we required it, right? So there are four forms, like in Sanskrit we are seeing prathama, dvitiya, tritiya, like that. Okay, so this is the definite article. So we have already taken this, but we have taken this again for the revision purpose, right? So these articles should not forget the number of forms. So if I talk about, let's talk about indefinite form, indefinite article, sorry, indefinite article. And I will just copy paste this. For indefinite article, this I will say ein, einen, einem, einen, einem, eines ist. So this is how we have to write eine, eine, einer. So here now we have to write einer and einer. Let's talk about neutral. Ein, einem, eines ist, right? And as we know, there is no plural form for this. There is no plural form for this. So now we know um, these are some of the forms of definite article, indefinite article. Okay, so let's go for now the preposition form. So I have already shared the screen, so I think you can able to see the screen over here whatever I have shared, right? So Isha, you can able to see this, right? Preposition, mid them, accusative. Hello.
Yes, sir. The screen is visible.
Okay, now see, this is very important. Like if you see prepositionen means prepositions. Mit is an, again mit itself is a preposition which is with dem accusative. Now you can see this dem, it itself is it in dative form, itself it is in dative form, right? So already this sentence has got a dative form, right? Accusative means their accusative, their, then, them, and this preposition takes dative form. As I told you, the pen is on the table. On is a preposition. On takes dative form. Now why it is dative? Because it shows the position of the object. It shows the position of the object. So that's why whatever noun is there, you have to put their article is in dative form, right? So let's see what are the different accusative objects. Now if you see, if you accusative prepositions, sorry, if you see, there are two types of prepositions in, again in German, that is something called as local and temporal. What is the meaning of local? Local means, let's say, local, that is local area, right? And temporal means with respect to time, with respect to time, right? So two kinds of accusative prepositions, accusative prepositions. Let's take one by one. The first preposition is called as durch. Now durch, the diagram itself tells that it is through, through, right? Through. So through. So let's see the examples which is given. Hans. Hans means is the name of the person. Hans gehet. Gehen is a verb. So Hans goes durch through Den Park. Den Park. Now, if anybody asks you, can you tell me what is the original article of park? Park, is it in nominative? Is it a feminine, neutral, or masculine? So definitely we know. Then it's definitely it is a masculine accusative form. Masculine accusative. So that means original is what? There. So there park, right? There, then, them, right? But now we know Hans goes. So Hans is doing some action. Hans is doing some action. So Hans goes through the park. Hans पार्क से अंदर से जा रहा है. So through the park. So he's doing some action. So this park always takes the accusative form. So whenever I want to make a sentence, I first know what is the original article, whether that noun is masculine, feminine, or neutral. So depending upon that, I will I will just convert that particular form. Either it is definite article or it is indefinite article. So let's see the second example. Ich sehe, ich sehe, I see, मैं देख रहा हूँ. Durch. Now you can just see what happened. Here in this particular case, the preposition that is durch and das. Durch and das दोनों को साथ में क्लब किया है और इधर हम लोग का बन गया है डूर्श एस डूर्श डूर्श. So s we have added it over here, but if you bifurcate this s, then how it will convert? Durch das Fenster. What is Fenster? Fenster is window, khidki, window. I see through the window. So again, what I am doing? I am doing some action. I am doing some action with the window, right? So it's like this. Ich sehe durch Fenster. Now why they say durch? Because s is added, and what is s? S is nothing but das, and it is in accusative form. It is not in nominative form. Why? Because we know the article case na, does them, does nominative, again does, it is in accusative, them it is in dative form. So does them. So that does, that is accusative form of does, which is being given over here. And why it is given? Because again it's an accusative, action accusative. That is our rule. Let's take the next example. Sie fährt. Sie fährt. Now over here, I will just tell you the kind of verb. Now here the verb is fahren. Fahren means what? Fahren means to travel. Fahren means to travel. Now if you see a umlaut is being put it over here, right? Now once we are saying a umlaut means the form get itself change, right? Generally we know once we are conjugating the verbs est ent en, that is what is some rule that we discuss. But these are the regular verb. These are something called as irregular verb. Irregular means what? The do and air is the form. Do and air is the form. This has changed. And how these have changed and how we can remember. So there are some of the verbs that we will study after this, right? Where you will come to know how where we have to put umlaut and where we do not want to put umlaut. Now here, generally, if you know that t is being added, right? So it is definitely air as z form, est. So z is over here she. Z is over here she. जी इज नॉट पोलाइट फॉर्म. अगर पोलाइट फॉर्म होता तो इधर फारन लिखते थे ना, बिकॉज कॉन्जुगेशन ऑफ वर्ब इज ऑल्सो डिपेंड अपॉन द सब्जेक्ट. Now here subject is what she, and that's why, and how I also came to know, because it's a form of the verb, it's a conjugation of the verb. conjugation of verb ही ऐसा conjugate किया है, उससे पता चलता है कि what the subject is, what is the form of the subject, whether it is whether it is a plural form of z, whether it is polite form of z, or it is singular form of z. Either वो she है, क्या they है, क्या polite form of you है. अगर they है और polite form of you है ऐसा होता था तो वर्ब का कॉन्जुगेशन ही चेंज होता था. इधर वर्ब का कॉन्जुगेशन टी ऐड किया है, उसका मतलब है जी मीन्स शी ओनली. सो शी ट्रेवल्स, लेट्स से नाउ शी ट्रेवल्स थ्रू थ्रू फ्रांकराइश. नाउ फ्रांकराइश इज व्हाट? इट इज अ फ्रांस, it is a name of the country, and therefore we don't have the article in front of this country, right? So in this particular case, even though the person is doing some action, even though the preposition is durch, and still we have not added the article over here. So durch Frankreich, through France to Spain, to Spain. So this is to, and durch is through, right? So she travels through France to Spain, right? Oh, in this particular case we don't have any kind of article. Why? Because there are, these are the name of the countries, that's why, right? So this is one of the preposition durch. Next we will see the gegen. Gegen means what? Gegen means opposite. Gegen means exactly opposite, right? So let's see how it is there. Das Auto. Das Auto. Now here, see, there are two kinds of Gegen. One Gegen, if you see, look at it over here, it's in temporal form. Means it's particular timing related. It is related to timing. And over here, it is related to local. Now here, if I am saying opposite, or here, I can also say the, nearby, or let's say the against, right? So here we will not say actually opposite, here we will not say exactly opposite. Let's see the example. Das Auto, the car, fare, travels, right? Gegen ein Haus, gegen ein Haus, right? Or you can say nearby the house, nearby a house, right? The car travels near the house, or you can say against, घराच्या बाजूने. So it's can say against a house, right? Now let's talk about right? Now is also have the two forms, local as well as temporal. Now if I'm using as a local form, then it is something like around, right? So what the examples will be? Wir sitzen. Sitzen means sitting. We sit. We sit den Tisch. See, what is Tisch? Tisch is nothing but a table. Tisch is nothing but a table, right? Now der Tisch, and that's why in accusative form it is den. So if I want to say wir sitzen den Tisch, we are sitting around the table, around the table. So den Tisch, right? Next is das Auto fährt. That car travels die Stadt, around the city, around the city. Now die Stadt, D, and again what is the accusative form of D? D, the accusative form D hai, right? So it is same. So die Stadt, but it is in accusative form. It is not in nominative form. Next, entlang. Entlang means along, right? Along. Wir fahren, we are traveling die Straße. Straße means road. Straße means road. Entlang. We are traveling along the road, or on the road, right? On the road, right? Or along, whatever. Along, long, on, right? The road. Now here, if you see entlang, how it is put in the sentence, it is put at the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence, the position of entlang you can see, right? You cannot say, you cannot put like, we are putting it in English. We are traveling along means on पहले डालने का, so entlang पहले डालो, so ऐसा नहीं डालने का. So entlang का position ही at the end of the sentence है. So this is the correct German. This is correct German, right? So these are with respect to local. Now let's see about the timing. Let's see about the timing, right? Gegen. Now here gegen means approximately, approximately, right? So gegen 8 Uhr. 8 Uhr means o'clock. O'clock, right? Approximately 8 o'clock. Comma ish zoom sn. Zoom. Abhi now here again there is one more preposition zoo, and it takes dative form. That's why zoo dam. Sn. Sn means actually does sn. Does dam. Now sn means what? For a lunch, meals. For a lunch, or you can say meals, right? So approximately 8 o'clock I come, right, for the lunch. I come for the lunch. Now you can see the verb, the verb placement. Now verb is at the second position always. Gegen Uhr, it's one context. Or gegen 8 Uhr. Gegen 8 Uhr, right? Approximately 8 o'clock. Ish, right? You cannot make a sentence gegen 8 Uhr ist komme. No, it's a wrong German, right? The verb position must be at the second place. Gegen 8 Uhr komme ich zum Essen, right? Now next you can see Now here means actually at. 8 Uhr means at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock komme ich zum Essen. Here gegen 8 Uhr. Gegen means approximately. Here means actually at. So at 8 o'clock. The next example is like this. Der Zug. Zug means train. Der Zug fährt, travels at 7 Punkt. How you will read? Punkt. Punkt means dot. Punkt. 7 Punkt 42 Uhr. At 7:42 o'clock, right? O'clock. Für means for. Für means for. Kauft. Kaufen is a verb. Kaufen is a verb. Kaufen means to buy or purchase. Kaufen means to buy or purchase. He purchases ein Fahrrad. Fahrrad means bicycle. Ein Fahrrad means bicycle. So it is in nominative form only. Für. After für, you have to put the accusative form. He is purchasing a bicycle. For whom? For whom? For his. Zone means son. Zone means son. S-O-N. Son. Now how Zeinen? See, Zeinen, Zeinam. Zein is what? Zein is a, right, possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun of air form. Of air form. Ish, do, er, is, ze. Wir, ir, ze, right? These are the personal pronouns. उनका possessive pronoun कैसा है? Ish, mine. I, my. Du, dein. Er, sein. Now here, sein means air. Air, sein. He, his. Right? Now how you are going to put it? Ein type. So ein, einen, einem है ना, तो वैसे ही फॉर्म में डालने का. So zain, zainen, zainam. So for his son, like that. Okay. Next is like this. Here is ein Brief. Brief means a letter. Here is a letter. Für Peter. For Peter. Peter is the name of the person. That's why we don't put any kind of article, but still it is a form of like the accusative form. Owner. Owner means without. Owner means without. This is also temporal form, right? Let's see. Robert geht. Robert goes ohne seinen Freund, without his friend spazieren. Now, actually, verb is what you know. Verb is not only the gehen, but the verb is the joint verb, like spazieren gehen, to go for a walk. To go for a walk. That is actually the verb. But how this verb is something called as a separable verb. It is again the new form of the verb, separable verb. So, gehen, spazieren gehen, ऐसा वर्ब है. वर्ब कैसा है? स्पाजियरन गेहन. तो कैसे करने का? गेहन यू हैव टू पुट एट द सेकंड प्लेस and the spazieren you have to put at the end of the sentence, at the end of the sentence. So generally if I want to say ich gehe ohne meinen Freund spazieren, I go for a walk without my friend, like that. I go for a walk, right? Not only I goes, but I go for a walk. Now, why go for a walk? Because spazieren gehen is the verb. Spazieren gehen is the verb. And because of this verb is a separable verb. That's why I am conjugating gehen verb and spazieren. This is a suffix, you can say. This suffix I am adding at the end of the sentence. That is the rule of building a sentence. ये rule है German का, right? Now next, ohne Auto, without car, mache ich. Mache ich means I make or I do, right? Ish makhan hai na, makha ish. Why makha ish? Because makhan is a verb which I have to put at the second place, right? Keine Reise. Keine means no. Reise means journey. Without car, I do no journey or I make no journey, right? I make no journey, like this. So now durch, für, gegen, ohne, entlang. Immer means always, always with accusative. All these prepositions are always with accusative form, always with accusative. So we have to remember this, right? Again you can see this markieren z, this you can mark like this, entlang, stehet means stand, nach dem nomen, noun के बाद में, after the nomen, after the noun, right? It stands after the noun always. And how you can say durch does, durch, für does, fürs, does, ums. So like this, right? Now where we have to put, right? Where we have to join, where we do not, where we will not join, right? So examples are given to you. We have to stick with the example. We cannot add from our side only, राइट? हम लोग के हिसाब से ज्वाइनिंग का नहीं कोशिश करना चाहिए. जो दिया है वैसे ही हम लोग को जाना है. सो हियर यू कैन नॉट से नाक डेम नाखेम, नो, नाखेम ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है, राइट? सो नाक डेम ओनली, राइट? डूर्स डस, हियर वी आर सेइंग डूर्स बिकॉज द एग्जांपल्स आर गिवन टू यू. वी हैव टू स्टिक विद द एग्जांपल. लेट्स सी फॉर द नेक्स्ट वन, that is the dative form. Dative form, let's see the dative form. Yes, prepositions, mid them dative, let's see. Here we go. So like local, aus means from, we know it. Ich komme aus वसई, ये हम लोग ने पहले ही लिया था, right? So komme or aus is a preposition, means from, right? From aus always take dative form, right? See this, robot gehet, robot goes, right? From the home, house, and we know house is was does house, but does house dem house, does dem. So dem is it is in dative form, dem it is in dative form. And that's why you can see robert gehet, robert goes from the house dem house, right? This is very important, right? So now over here, if it is a place, I don't require what, the form of the, I don't require the form of the article, like Richard combed aus London, Richard comes from London, so I don't require any kind of articles, right? Because it's a name of the country. See, er trinkt, he drinks beer or beer aus, right? Now it is a glass, glass is glass, so I know it is der glass. So der, then, dem, and here it is ein. So ein, einen, einem, and that's why if you see, er trinkt beer aus einem Glas. He drinks beer from a glass, right? So you please look at this particular article forms. Aus takes dative form, राइट? सो अगर आपने डाटिव फॉर्म नहीं डाला, आउस आइन ग्लास ऐसा कुछ आपने बोला, और आउस डस हाउस ऐसा कुछ बोला, सो इट्स अ रॉन्ग जर्मन, इट्स अ रॉन्ग ग्रामर, राइट? देन फोन, phone is also same from, but here phone has got some of the different meaning, like Earhart does Geld, he has the money. Geld means money. Phone, seinem Vater means father. Vater means father, right? Now here actually phone means you can say off. He has the money of his father, of his father. Now phone takes dative form, that's why seinen, seinen, seinem. Erhard das Geld von seinem Vater. This is a correct German. Der Zug, the train, kommt, comes, von Mainz, right? So here you cannot say the train comes off Mainz, the train comes from Mainz. That's why here again the phone, it is having the two meanings, right? Off and from. It depends upon the context, how you are putting, how you are converting it into English. But over here phone is nothing but what, some of the place, or you are talking about from the person's object, like that. Now here next one is a nach. Nach means was two. Nach means two, right? Two. Wir fahren nach Köln. We are traveling to Köln. Köln is the name of the place. Now it can be stat, it can be city, land, it can be country. It is owner article without article, because it's the name of the even though it takes dative form, there is no form, there is no articles forms, right? Okay, so it's like wir fahren nach Köln. Er reist. Reist means to make a journey. Reisen is the verb. Reisen is the verb to make a journey. So he makes a journey to America. Er geht nach Oben. Right? He goes to Oben. Wir gehen nach Hause. We are going to house, or we are going to home. Right? So therefore, if you look at this adverb, right, ausnama, or this is a land, and land means country, the name of the country, the name of the city, you don't require any kind of article. Let's go ahead with this next. That is zoo. Zoo means against two. So ये भी two है और ये भी two है, दोनों में फर्क क्या है? Two and two, that is Nakh and zoo. Whenever I want to say I am going to Kashmir, so Kashmir is a far place. Kashmir is a place where it is, which is too far. It is too far. So if I want to say I want to go to Churchgate, I want to go to Mumbai, I am staying in Vasai, I want to go to Mumbai, I want to go to Pune. So like that, there I will use Nakh. And let's say one of my friend is staying nearby my place only, like he stays, I think it's in Vasai only, so he stays near Vasai road, he stays nearby my place, so there I will use zoo. So zoo is generally used for nearby places, number one, right? The Nakh is used for the far places, number two. Second thing is like that there are some situation where I have to use zoo only. So let's see the example again. Wir gehen zu einem Freund. We are going to a friend, right? मैं friend के पास जा रहा हूँ, ऐसा, right? So zu einem Freund, in this context we are using zoo. Next, Robot get zur Universität. Now it's D University. So D Universität, there. So DD there. Now so you can see, look at this zoo and dare. तो दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन किया है और अपना ये बन गया जूर, ZUR. दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन है जू डेयर, दैट इज जूर. बट नाउ दिस डेयर इज नॉट इन मस्कुलाइन फॉर्म, not in masculine form, it is in, right, feminine dative form, feminine dative, DD dare. So remember that particular chart, DD dare, and that's why it is zur universitet, to the university. It can be Mumbai University, it can be any kind of university. Robot goes to the university like this. Ich gehe zu dem Essen. I am going for a lunch. In English, we cannot say I am going to the lunch. I am going for a lunch. इंग्लिश में आप लोग फॉर लंच करके बोलोगे, दैट इज फाइन, बट हियर द जू का कंटेक्स्ट से अलग है. सो जनरली इफ आई वांट टू से एसएन, आई हैव टू ऐड जू, right, and it's come along with the dative form of does. So does sn dem sn, does dem, and zoo dem means zoom, like zoo der zur, zoo dem zoom. So I am going for a lunch. Ich bin zu Hause, right, I am at home, fine. So here I will not put any kind of article, right. So these are some of the examples, whatever examples we are, right, taking. With the help of this example, with the help of this context, we can also make, we can also form our own sentences in German, and these articles are going to be a is going to help for us a lot. Let's see, continue with this dative form, continue with this dative form. Let's take one more article, by. By means at, by means at. Hans won't, Hans is the name of the person, Hans stays by seiner Tante. Tante means what? Auntie. Tante means auntie. Seiner means his, right? But now you can look at this auntie's article. Auntie's article is D, it's a feminine article. So DD there. So seiner, seiner. Einer. Einer. So seiner. So by takes dative form. So I have to say, right, Hans won't buy seiner Tante. Hans stays at his auntie's place. Auntie's means auntie's place. Let's look at this. Mein Hotel means my hotel ist beim, by dem Bahnhof. My hotel is at the station. Bahnhof means what? Station. Bahnhof means station. Right. So by them, beim. Are you getting? So where we are going to use by, it's very, very important. Right. Gegenüber. Now here gegenüber means opposite. Exactly opposite. Amne samne. Die Wohnung. Wohnung means what? Residence or flat. Right. So the residence, my, or let's say meine Wohnung, or let's say my residence, liegt. Liegen is the verb. What is the verb? Liegen. Liegen means to be situated at. To be situated at. Die Post, der Post. Post means post office. Post office. And gegenüber means opposite. The residence is situated opposite the post office. ये मेरा एक्चुअली इंग्लिश में उसका कन्वर्जन हो जाएगा, ट्रांसलेशन हो जाएगा, बट इन जर्मन it's, you do not compare the German language with English language. First of all, you do not think which type of prepositions are used in English, and then at the same time we are going to put like that preposition only over here. Now here it is to, means to इधर क्या बोलते हैं जर्मन में, ऐसा सोचो मत. Don't think like this, otherwise you people will get confused with the, with these particular prepositions. Whatever prepositions examples, like which we are reading, while reading the contents, while reading any kind of books or like that, we will come to know how they are going to use. So this is important. Now you can look at this gegenüber, it is put at the end of the sentence. Gegenüber, it is put at the end of the sentence. So that's why the sentence is like this: Die Wohnung liegt der Post gegenüber. Right. Now next, see, nach. Now here nach is not to. because this is a temporal timing based prepositions. Now here generally nach means after. Nach means after, right? So nach der Vorlesung, die Vorlesung, die Vorlesung, der. So this again takes dative form. After the lecture. Vorlesung means what? Lecture. Our lecture is going on like this. So after the lecture, geht er, he goes spazieren. So we know what is the verb spazieren gehen. How you are going to conjugate the gehen? We have to put at the second place. Spazieren we have to put at the end of the sentence. So nach der Vorlesung geht er spazieren. This is actually the correct German sentence, right? In English you can say after the lecture he goes for a walk, right? Was magst du nach dem Essen? You can just look at this. Essen means what? Lunch. What are you doing after the lunch? Now nach dem Essen. Now here nach is generally used as a temporal form. Now generally if you look at this nach and that nach which is two, was magst du nach क्यों ऐसा नहीं बोलेंगे ना, was magst du nach dem Essen. So it's like temporal form, timing based. What are you doing after the lunch, right? It depends upon the sentences what you are using it, right? Which is very very important, right? Now let's take the last two prepositions. Zeit means since ich wohne, I stay, seit einer Woche, die Woche, der Woche. So this is in again dative form. Einer. Seit means since. Here means here. 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 I stay here since a week. Since a week. W-E-E-K. Week. Woke means week. This woke is nothing but in this is a week. It is feminine form. So einer. Seit is a preposition. Here er studiert seit 3 Jahren. He studies since 3 years. 3 years. Jahren means years. Now here we don't have any kind of preposition. Fine. But seit means since. Now here mit means with. Ich schreibe, I write. Ich schreibe mit Fuller means pen, as I told you, right? So der, den, dem, einem. So einem is dative form. He writes with a pen. Right? In English, it's so simple to form a sentence because you do not remember any kind of forms, whether it is accusative, whether it is dative. You have to just put the article over here. But in this German, we have to think a lot, right? Whether which preposition we used, whether it is action, whether it is position, what type of preposition, what type of context we are using, right? And what is the original article for the particular noun, and whether it is feminine, neutral, or masculine. It depending upon that. If I don't know what is the original article of this, whether it is there, did, us, if I don't know, how can I put it in the form? Even though I know mid takes dative form, but I should know the masculine, feminine, neutral of the noun. Then I can put it over here. Then I can convert it, and then I can make a sentence. Ich schreibe mit einem Fühler. If I want to communicate with it with the people very fluently, so in my mind there has to be some of the charts that I have to fix it in mind, right? That's why it's very very difficult in German language to make a sentence, because a lot of thinking is required. First time definitely it takes a lot of time. Lot of time it takes to recollect your vocabulary, right? That's why GRE you are giving a GRE in English language is very much simpler than you are giving a certification of this particular German course, because here German course lot of grammar, lot of things are required, where the things are missing in English language, right? There you have to just remember the this thing, and then you can make a sentence, obviously, because since the childhood you are learning or you are speaking English, so it's very much easier for you people, right? Wir fahren mit dem Auto. We are traveling with the car. You can look at this. Das Auto, dem Auto. Er lernt mit seinem Freund. He is learning or he learns with his friend, right? So aus, by, meet, nach, Zeit, phone, zu, gegenüber, immer mit dative, always with dative. And we have also studied the different kinds of prepositions with accusative form, right? So I think in today's lecture, right, we have seen very important thing. The first thing, the articles, right, that the form of the articles, right, like nominative, accusative, dative of definite article, indefinite article. The second thing we have studied, that is the prepositions meet them accusative, and prepositions meet them dative. The prepositions with the accusative form and the prepositions with the dative form, these two things are very very important. And as we are learning this, as we are building the sentence, whenever it is being used as a for a communication purpose, we should remember these two things very important, right? So my dear friends, so today's lecture, right, the agenda is to learn, right, to these particular two types of prepositions, accusative form, dative form. And again there are again two subtypes we have seen: local form of prepositions and timing, that is temporal form of prepositions, for both the sides, or the accusative as well as dative. Again my suggestions is that do not compare your English sentences, and do not try to convert as it is in German. As it is in German, obviously you can take it in English, and then you can make it in German, but do not try to make as it is, right? Because a lot of things are will get differ, it depends upon the context, right? So vielen